there, I'm Amber with Kaleidoscope Yoga, and thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate your presence and taking the time to practice your yoga with me. I know there are so many opportunities out there, and if you like this, I would be ever grateful if you could subscribe or like or comment, maybe share my channel with friends. The more people we have doing yoga, the better the world is. So let's go ahead and get into our practice today. We're going to do, I had in my thought, for some reason, I keep thinking water, water, water. So I think we're going to do a little flowy slow flow today. Like, how can you get flowier than a flow? Well, we'll use our appendages and we'll find some organic movement in a lot of the shapes that we do and kind of take up more space. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm really happy that you're here. So let's just begin by coming into our mountain pose today. We're going to start standing up and lifting the toes up, spreading them out as best as you can. I know before I started doing yoga, I couldn't spread my toes. So if that is the case for you, do not worry. It will come with practice. As we do yoga, you're going to start to find all sorts of really cool things that your body can do and feel. And it's just such a fun practice. A lot of exploration happening all the time if you let it. So when we come into our mountain pose, feet are flat on the ground. A little buoyancy in the knees, please. We don't want to lock out the knees. We're going to let our tailbone just relax down. We're going to lift through the spine. Let the shoulders just find a neutral space. And then your chin is going to be parallel to the floor. Palms can reach forward, or if it feels more comfortable in your body to just rest them by your side, you're welcome to do that as well. So as we come into our mountain pose, I invite you to find a few moments of stillness before we begin to move. And if you'd like, you can close your eyes to feel that, feel into that a little bit more. And just take note of how the body feels right now in this moment. Do you notice any muscles that are tight and clingy? Do you notice that there are parts of the body that feel really open? Is your breath feeling a little shallow today, or can you just stop and take a deep breath right now? Not really worrying or judging about how full the breath becomes, but just knowing that you can take this full deep breath is so satisfying. And if you're not quite there yet, don't worry about it. That will come in time as well. So let's just take a few moments to settle down and see if you can allow your energy to sink into the soles of the feet. So just let the shoulders relax down. Just let the body kind of sink into the soles of the feet, letting the earth support you in the loving way that she does each and every day. And finding trust within yourself. In my Facebook group, Yoga for a Courageous Life, it's a group for women, but we've been kind of studying and having a conversation about the yamas and niyamas. And this week we are talking about Satya, which is truthfulness. So being true to your body is so important, even in your practice. You know, if something doesn't feel good or if something can feel better, you can always, always, always move and find whatever space nourishes your body or your breath or your thoughts. You know, I'm just here at the front of the room guiding you. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I want this to be a full experience for you. And when you can let yourself kind of move into that space of truth, you know, well, she said this, but it doesn't really feel good. What if I do this? Yes, I love that. Everybody's different. And that is such a beautiful thing. So I would love for you to bring your palms together at Anjali Mudra at heart space. Lengthen up through that spine again and press the elbows out. You can keep your eyes closed if you'd like, fingertips together. And I would just like to offer up the space to set your sankalpa or your intention for your class or maybe your day or your night, wherever you are in this process. An intention to move towards. What will it be today? Maybe it's standing in your truth. Noticing when you're not doing what is right for you. Maybe what doesn't fulfill you. Moving away from that into a space of truth and love and acceptance. And then when you're ready, we're just going to warm up our wrists a little bit. So spreading the fingertips apart, keeping everything together for now, pressing into the fingertips. We're going to press even harder into the arms, reaching the elbows out so we're strong through our arms, but our shoulders are relaxed. And so we're just going to peel apart the heels of the hands, pressing into those fingers. We're keeping the fingers together as best as we can, only go as far as feels good, and then relax it back down. Drive by kitty. Go ahead and reach it back out. So as you can tell, we're just kind of waking up through the fingers, the wrists, the forearm, the top of the arm. Good, let's do that just 2 more times. Keeping those fingers together. Yes, here we go. Okay, so bring the palms back together. We're going to intertwine the fingers and press the palms out away from you. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Pressing those arms out. I feel activated all the way down below my ribs. And maybe you do too, if not. It's all good. And then taking an inhale, let's stretch it up. Reach, 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 reach. Lifting through the armpits, anchoring that tailbone down. It's almost as if you're kind of pulling the upper part of the body up and you're pushing the lower body down, dividing at the waist. And then on your next exhale, go ahead and bring it forward again. And then inhale up. This time when you're stretching, see if you can incorporate a baby back bend. A little tiny one. Good. Release the breath. Release the fingers. Rotate through the wrists. Go ahead and bring the wrists out from the shoulders. Keep rotating. Bring the feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Actually, let's go a little bit wider. Yeah, there we go. That feels good. Point the toes out just a little bit, bending in through the knees, and we're going to reach to the right and then reach to the left. So maybe inhaling as you come through center, see if you can connect to your core, and then release to the right. Exhale. Inhale center, exhale to the side. Good. So let's add a little bit of flowy movement here. So the arms come back to center, reach to the left, float the arms, right reaches to the left, left may reach to the right foot, and then back to center, and then back down. You got it. So we're not rushing at all. We're enjoying the movement with the breath. Checking out what needs to be stretched a little bit. Anchoring into those feet. Let's do 2 more here. Last time to the left. You got it. Bring those hands out. Again, we're going to take some big circles. So breathing in, fingertips are first going to go down. Let your dominant hand come over the top and then open up. Maybe follow the fingertips with the gaze and then exhale. Inhale, bring it up. Take up lots of space. You deserve so much space. Open up. And on this last one, when we come down, I'm going to switch and I'm going to put the opposite hand over and just do 3 more big circles. Yeah. Good. Relax. Roll the shoulders. And let's do a couple of shoulder rolls back in or up towards the ears and then back. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe 3 or 4 that way. And then let's go ahead and go the opposite direction. And if you want, you can incorporate a little bit of organic movement in the shoulders. Kind of sweeping the arms, taking it slow though. You don't want to get too crazy. That should feel nice, getting us all loosey-goosey. Loosey-goosey. When was the last time you heard that? And then let's go the opposite way. So we're going back now. Make sure your knees are a little loose. So good. Come on back to center. Keep those feet spread apart. And we're going to start to bring the hands back out in front. And we're going to come into a squat. Let's bring those hands into our goddess pose. Relaxing the tailbone. Yeah, you got it. Take a nice deep inhale here. And we're going to twist to our right. Inhale back to center. Use that belly. Exhale to your left. Inhale back to center. Let's just do 1 more on each side. And come back to center. We're going to reach the fingertips up on the inhale, straighten out the leg. We're going to come back into that squat and inhale, bring it up. Use those glutes and those hamstrings, protecting the low back. Exhale. And up we go. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, bring it down. This is called sunflower, and I love it. It's like you're opening your petals to the sunshine. Down we go. Inhale. Let's do 3 more. If you need to pause and take a break, you're more than welcome to. Remember, we're standing in our truth today. We're listening to our bodies. We're checking in on our breath. We're feeling what feels good, letting go of what doesn't. Fingertips to the sky, palms together. Exhale to heart space. Heel toe those fingers or your feet back into center. And just come back into your mountain pose. Relaxing those shoulders down, closing the eyes if it feels good, and just take a moment to check in. What do you need, if anything? Go ahead and relax the hands down by your side. I'm going to come to the front of my mat and you follow me if you're not there, please. toes and feet pressed into the mat. Again, lifting the toes, spreading them out, and then laying them down, really building that solid foundation. Letting the heels, or letting your body rock into the heels. Let's take an inhale, fingertips to the sky. You got this. Exhale, float it down, forward fold, maybe a little bend in the knees since we've just begun. Exhale. Inhale, flat back, fingertips towards the end of the mat. And then exhale, inhale, drop the booty, come on back up all the way to standing. Exhale, float it down. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back, fingertips reach to the back of the mat. And bring the hands back up. Follow through, maybe even through a chair pose there. And exhale, float it down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And we're going to exhale, float it through and up. Inhale here. And exhale, float it down. Let's do one more. Inhale, flat back. Fingertips to the back of the mat. And then breathe it up, scooping up that energy. And exhale, forward fold. Good job. So pause here for a moment. Use those blocks if you're feeling it in your hamstrings or your low back is talking to you. If you have any kind of low back pain, we don't want to just hang because that is really putting stress on the low back, and especially if you have anything in your sciatica or the piriformis, you want to really be careful of your forward folds, which is why I am not forward folding. It's okay though. This is why we do variations. And sometimes the variations are even, more fun than the regular pose, where you feel more support, which is exactly what we want to do. Okay, one more breath here. Relax the neck and the shoulders. Go ahead and bring those fingertips down to the mat. Right foot's going to reach back. We're going to drop that right leg. Relax those toes. Either way is fine. So just do whichever's comfortable to you. And when you're ready, when you've got your knee above your ankle, you're pressing into your foot. You're even putting a little action in the top of the back foot or the toes if they're turned under. And the shin, we're going to draw the hands up. Here we go. And exhale, open. Relax the arms back. Inhale, up. And exhale, back. Again, we're doing a flow. Breathing up. Exhale, back. Breathe it up. Pause at the top. Exhale, right hand down. Left hand to the sky, finding a revolved twist. I invite you to lift the back knee if that feels good. One more breath here. Exhale, the left hand down, frame the foot. Inhale, bring the hands to the sky. So we find our high lunge here, front knee above our ankle. We're pressing through that back heel, engaging in your booty. And then when you're ready, take an inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to sweep those fingers again towards the toes, press into the toes, lift the heel, and guide the top of the head forward. So a little humble warrior variation. Let's inhale. We're going to come back up. Find that heart opening and exhale. Fingertips sweep back. Let's do that one more time. Big breath in and up. And exhale. Go ahead and bring left hand down. We're going to come back into that revolve twist. Pressing that heel back and maybe softening down into the hips. Pressing into the right palm, reaching the fingertips up tall. Check in on the neck. Does it feel good to look up, or would it feel better to look down? Take an inhale and exhale. Left hand down. We're going to move that left leg back, coming into our plank. Here we go. We're going to pause here. Knees can be down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees, belly, elbows to waist, and forehead down. Relax the toes, relax the legs, hug those elbows in, pressing the palms into the ground. Shoulders move away from the neck. When you're ready, we're going to take an inhale and find baby cobra. Hugging those shoulder blades into the spine, and exhale, soften down. Inhale, come back up, baby cobra, and exhale, release. One more time, hugging shoulder blades to spine, up you go, using your back muscles, and release. Okay, so we're going to bring our hands out in front, legs behind. Move my blanket over here. So we're going to come into a superhero pose, but we're going to add a little bit of movement to it. So when you're ready, we're going to start lifting up our feet. When we do that, we're going to engage our booties. So engage the glutes because we want to protect our low back. Lift the feet up. And I believe it's a little bit harder if you bring your feet together. So you might, to begin, bring the toes kind of towards the corner of the back of the mat. And then when you're ready, you're going to lift the upper part of the body. And we're still going to use our shoulder blades hugging into the spine. And then when you're ready, we're going to take an inhale and we're going to open the legs, open the arms out to the side, and then exhale, bring it forward, stay up, stay engaged. Inhale, open up. Exhale. Inhale, open. Exhale, we're going to do 2 more. Inhale, open. Exhale. Last time. Let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the hands out in front, bring the legs behind, rest the forehead down on the mat, and you can wiggle your booty back and forth a little bit to release the back and the hips, and just take a few generous breaths. I will spare you my generous breaths so you don't have to hear them. Finding some stillness, relaxing. Let's bring the palms beside the chest. And go ahead and draw yourself up. And relax back into child's pose for just a couple of breaths. Maybe relaxing through the spine. Forehead to the mat or a block, or you can rest it on top of your hands. Remember modifications. And then when you're ready, we're going to reach forward and we're going to come into a downward facing dog. So just kind of take your time, maybe coming into tabletop first, really implementing the palms of the hands and the fingertips, pressing them into the ground. We want to press a little bit more generously into the thumb and index finger, turning those toes under and just making your way up, enjoying the journey. Downward dog is one of my favorite shapes because there's so many things happening, so many things to check into and feel into. And it's one of the most difficult poses for folks, and that's totally understandable too, especially if you have shoulder or wrist injuries. So we just need to take care, and if downward dog doesn't work for you, you're always welcome to try puppy pose. So we draw the heart down to the ground. Hips are in the air. So do whatever calls to you. And then we're going to go ahead and walk our feet forward. We're going to meet in forward fold. Good. So we're going to do that sequence over again, and then we'll come back on the left leg. So finding that forward fold, let's take an inhale, draw the hands up above the head, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, sweep the fingers back. And when you're ready to move, come through chair all the way to standing. Big inhale here. Exhale, hands come down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, fingertips to the back of the mat. And then float all the way through chair, coming back up. Big inhale. Exhale, float the hands down. Last time. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, bring it up. I'm sorry, we're going to have to go down one more time. Exhale, release it down. Good. Hands to the mat. This time we are going to draw our left leg back. Drop the knee. Let the front knee come above the ankle. Again, find a little engagement on the top of the foot or in the toes. And almost as if you're pulling your legs towards the center here. And then when you're ready, let's come on up. Big breath in and circle back. Inhale, arms come up. Big breath in. Exhale, circle back. Inhale, big breath in and up. Exhale, down. This time, big breath in and up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand to the sky. Reach it up. Again, we kind of experiment a little with the neck. Notice if it feels good to look up or down. And then exhale, the right hand down. Take an inhale, bring the hands above. And exhale, release it down. Turn those back toes under, lift up that back knee. Find your steadiness. Find your support. If you need to, if you need to, you can always use your blocks when we come down here. And then when you get yourself set up, let's take an inhale, fingertips to the sky. Remember that variation of humble warrior. Let's do it. Exhale, fingertips to the back of the mat, lifting up into that back foot, letting the top of the head reach forward. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, pushing whatever does not serve you away, out. We don't need it anymore. Inhale, scooping up the good energy. And exhale. Inhale, last time up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, left hand down, right hand twists, fingertips to the sky. Pressing through that back heel, strong in the front leg. And then on your next exhale, we're going to float the right hand down and we're going to release our right foot back and we're going to come into our plank once again. Now remember, in plank, our booty's not up. You may want it to be, but if we align our shoulders over our wrists, fingertips spread, engage the belly, pressing through the heels. You can drop your knees if you'd like. All right. When you're ready, knees to the ground if they're not already. Roll it down, bring that belly down. Elbows stay towards the side of the body. Palms rest near the chest. And release and relax the legs. When you're ready for cobra, you're going to press gently into your pubic bone. Take an inhale, hug those shoulder blades to spine. And exhale, release. Let's do that 2 more times. Breathe it in. And release. Last time, breathe it in and up. And release it down. Let's do that superhero. One last time. Hands spread out in front of you, almost like you're in a little X. Legs behind you, toes are pointed. When you're ready, engage your booty. Lift the legs because we want to protect that low back. So make sure we've got our glutes engaged. And then when you're ready, lift the arms, hug those shoulders back. And when you're ready, take an inhale, open up the hands and legs. And then exhale, bring it back, release to the ground. Inhale up and open. Exhale, bring it back to center. Release and relax. Inhale up and open. Exhale, bring it back to center. Release. For these last two, let's see if we can hold it up. So open, and then as we come back to center, don't relax. Last time, open it up. It's really hard to talk, squishing my belly. And exhale, bring it back to center and fully release. Rock those hips back and forth. Soften in the neck and the shoulders. Maybe even rock that forehead gently from side to side. Take 2 more breaths here. And then as you're ready, palms to the mat. Draw yourself up, and we're going to come back into our child's pose. Big toes together, open up those knees, drop the hips back. And relax as best as you can. Take 1 more breath here. And on your next inhale, slowly begin to make your way to center. And we're going to go ahead and flip onto our backs. And rest down all the way. Drawing the knees into the belly. We're going to make big circles in the hips. Don't worry about if they feel more like squares. Mine do sometimes. Just knee or hands to knees. Draw big circles, and you can play around with them. Try to go one direction and the other. Find a little playfulness. We don't need to be serious in our practice. We have other crap throughout our lives that we have to be serious for. Have a little fun. Have a laugh. Bring a smile to your face. Especially if what you're doing feels good. I mean, this feels really delicious on my low back, so I'm pretty stoked right now. Let's come on back to center. So we're going to draw our bellies in. We're going to connect to the ground below us with our low back. And we're going to draw the knees now up above the hips. If that feels like it's too much, if it's pulling on your back, just bring the knees in just a little bit closer. And we're going to go ahead and bring our hands behind our head. We're going to hug into that belly, keep it tight, and draw the head up. All right, take an inhale. Exhale, release one leg down. And then inhale, draw it back up. The opposite leg is going to go. So we're going to find a little flowy bicycle here. I don't know if you guys remember Richard Simmons. My mom used to have this like 7 days to great abs or whatever it was for Richard Simmons. And I just remember him doing bicycles like all the time. All those funny videos from the 80s. So many weird things that I remember. Keep it going, hugging in that belly. Shoulders are off the ground. Your chin has like, you can put your fist underneath your chin. Take a break if you need to, no worries. We're just gonna go for about 10 more seconds. All right, draw those knees into the chest, relax the head back. Woo, soften those shoulders, roll the ankles. Good job. Woo. Bring the soles of the feet down to the ground, and I'm going to invite you to bring your hands into cactus arms. And just go ahead and drop the knees to one side and let them rest there. And if you need to, if this is a little iffy on your low back, you can always take a blanket or a block and put it between your legs, or you can put it underneath the lower leg to lift that bottom leg just a little bit. And you still get a nice twist, just not quite as, it's not like you're wringing yourself out. So choose to be good to yourself, making sure that you're doing what's appropriate for your body. And then drawing them back to center, we're going to drop them to the opposite side. And it also can help if you shift your hips to the opposite side that your knees are floating to. And that can offer up a little extra spaciousness, so you can play around with that too. And come on back to center. And go ahead and experiment with windshield wiper a little bit. Widen the feet and just drop them down, back to center, to the opposite side. You might find a little activation in the belly. And then come on back to center. And I'm going to invite you for the next 30 seconds or so to just find something that feels really good in your body. Maybe it's more twists. Maybe you want to do a shoulder stand or happy baby. Whatever it is, go ahead and feel your way through that. And just enjoy any sensations that feel good. Because that's what they're there for, right? For us to enjoy. About 15 more seconds. Just play. And then when you're ready, I'm going to do a little rock and roll. Depending on the floor that you're on, it might not feel very good on your spine. But if you want to try it, a few times, just back and forth, enjoying a little massage into the spine, go ahead and do that. And we're all going to make our way into a seat. Just coming and facing the camera or your computer or smartphone. And we're just gonna all come in easy pose, whatever that means to you, legs crossed. Maybe you're sitting in hero's pose today with blocks underneath you. Relaxing the shoulder, finding your happy place. Hi. And just rest for a few moments, turning the palms up on the knees or the thighs. Close the eyes and just feel into the body. Come back to that space where we began, the beginning of our practice. And just noticing how the body feels. My fingertips are buzzing a little bit, and I feel so much more open than when I began. I hope you do too. So let's soften the skin around the eyes, softening the cheeks and the ears and the jaw. Take a big breath in. As you let it go, soften the neck and the shoulders. Again, letting that energy move down, this time into your bottom. Maybe taking a deeper inhale and a longer exhale. Letting your body just soften, relax, and release. Maybe just letting a little smile come to the corners of the mouth. Just knowing that you're in the right place at the right time. I'm so grateful for you and your presence and your practice. And if you'd like, you can join me in Anjali Mudra. Once again, palms together at heart space. Lengthening through the spine, dipping the chin towards the fingertips in honor of your practice. And in honor of you showing up for yourself today, standing in your truth, feeling what feels lovely in your body, exploring, maybe trying something new today. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I'd be so forever grateful. And have a beautiful day.